In today's video, we're going to talk about how to be confident without being arrogant. We've been getting this question a lot. We got a lot of guys that think that confidence is arrogance, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, with that said, if a guy owns his arrogance, he can get a lot of women. I've met a lot of guys that are cocky, prideful, arrogant, that get a lot of women. And I've met a lot of guys that are confident, truly confident, not the fake confidence, which is a whole nother story, that also can get a lot of women. Now, to really understand the difference between the two, we got to look at what makes up arrogance and what makes up this cocky, arrogant personality. The cocky, arrogant personality comes from basically being judging. Guys that are cocky tend to have this judgmental persona under the surface, running under the surface. So when they look at you, they're like, "Hi, what's up?" And they kind of have this feeling like, I'm judging you while I'm looking at you towards the girl. And it's a challenge. It's creating polarity. So that's why women get attracted to it, because it's challenging her to bust through my wall, to give me shit back. That's why guys that tend to be cocky tend to get girls testing them harder, busting their walls back. Then the guy busts back, and then what a lot of these guys end up doing to get the girl is they suddenly get a little vulnerable, and they get this nice shift where they're cocky, and then suddenly they drop into this vulnerability, and the girl gets attracted and gets turned on by that because, oh, she was able to see his humanity under the surface, his real emotions. I got that gift. He probably doesn't do that to many girls. And that's the type of girl he draws. They tend to banter more or be more cocky, funny, and it works. I'm gonna be honest, it works. Now, you can be all arrogance and that won't work. That'll just push women away. It's like he's really arrogant. The guys that are like got a little arrogance but they're playful about it, that works solid. Now, do you have to be that way to get girls? No, you can just be confident. It's actually easier. And but some guys get really addicted to that cocky, funny, playful personality. So what does confidence look like? What does true confidence look like? True confidence is solidness. It's this sense of, I'm not judging you because I don't need to judge you. I know who I am as a man, so I can just enjoy you. I open right up, I enjoy you, I don't apologize for it. If you poke at me, it goes right through me. Whereas fake confidence, if you poke at me, I'll put a wall up, a wall off, and you go into that cockiness again. Or I'll start to drop and get insecure and get nervous. So true confidence is this ability to be grounding, to give this grounding energy to a woman that they so need. It's this ability to create a container. And even if she tests, you ain't gonna break the container because you know what? It doesn't bother you. You've reached this point where I can handle whatever you bring at me, especially since I don't know you. I just met you in a bar. So your judgment doesn't mean much. And what it does is it causes the women to surrender their cockiness, their arrogance, if they have any, and start to open up to him much faster. And there starts to be this nice communication, this flow between them because they both drop their guard really quickly. By the guy being confident, being able to be a little vulnerable in his emotions, owning himself, walking up in that solid way, grounding her, she opens right up, connects back, and they start to have awesome communication right away. And that's what real confidence looks like. It feels good. It has to be developed. You're not gonna have it overnight. You got to do all the exercises we talk about here at Fearless, learning to create a container, learning to be grounding, learning to feel your lower body, learning to be indifferent to outcome. Because if you're not indifferent to outcome, you're going to need a little cockiness to protect yourself. See, what the cockiness does is it allows me to protect myself long enough, emotionally, to cover up my heart, my walls long enough for me to get a feel for how she is, to get used to her. And as soon as I'm used to her and I feel like I've got her kind of figured out, I can start dropping the wall. Because if I come right in open and I don't know how she's gonna behave, I don't know how she's gonna act, then guess what? She might get me, she might hurt me. But if I come in a little cocky and then decide, okay, I like you, you're safe, I've got you figured out, then I can start dropping the wall and open up. So think about it. A really confident man just walks in, opens up. Hey, how you doing? Doesn't mean he's immediately sappy or vulnerable. Of course he's not, but he's just real. I like you. What's your name? You have beautiful eyes. And she might say something like, whoa, you're pretty forward. Why are you coming on so strong? I don't know. I just feel it. I mean, look at you. There's something about you, and I really wanted to meet you. And he just owns it, and he doesn't apologize for it. Whereas cockiness pulls back just a little bit and says, hi, what's up? you're fucking sexy. Look at you, got fucking sexy eyes. And it has this more arrogant kind of tone to it. And it causes her to polarize and want to test back even harder. It creates a dance to start. Or if she's a really confident woman that doesn't want a cocky guy, she'll probably just walk away. Or if she's really insecure, she might walk away. Or if she's insecure, she might try really hard to get your validation at that point. Whereas the confident guy, again, will also draw the insecure woman, but he probably won't be interested because he's really, what is a really confident guy really looking for? A confident woman. So I want to invite you into these two worlds. I want you to take a deep look at them. And the best way to take a look at them is to go take everything I just talked about, go to a bar or a place where you see a lot of men and women just meeting for the first time, and watch them. Look for the cocky guy, look for the confident guy, and look at how they behave differently. And it's not like there's one and then the other. There's a gradient from really cocky all the way to really confident and everything in between. And just kind of just let yourself see which guy is the most real and owns himself the most. And that's the most confident guy in the bar versus the guy who's out there kind of pushing buttons, he's being playful, but he's just pushing and poking, all the way to the guy who's just pure arrogance, who girls aren't even interested in because he's just purely an asshole. And as you start to notice these guys, and you can even journal and take notes on them, what they make you feel when you're sitting there, you'll start to really understand the difference more. Because it's a huge difference in the way you make women feel and the type of woman that you draw into your life. So with all this said, what I would like to do is, I kind of described many different types of guys, and it's really hard to get this point across because it's very subtle stuff. And for somebody who's really just learning this, it might be a little confusing for them. So if this is something that interests you and you feel like you want more information on it, what I want you to do is comment below. And if we get enough comments, I'll gladly do a video where we'll bring in or get video clips of different personality types, from the cocky guy to the confident guy, or maybe we'll just demo them out here or play them out in different ways so you can start to actually see them in action. If that's something you want to see and you want to experience and get a feeling of on camera here and have me breaking it down for you, make sure to comment in the video below and let me know, because I think that could be very educational. So I want to see if you guys are getting what I'm talking about from this video or if you need more. Also, if you got any other questions or any other videos you want done, make sure to put that in the comments. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos. We work hard to put them out, and I want to change as many lives as possible. And check out the website, thefearlessman.com. We've got all our events on there. If you want to meet me live, you want to meet anybody else at Fearless Live, make sure to check out an event, whether it's through a webinar or coming live. And as always, what would you do if you were not afraid? I'll see you in the next video. Indirect is fine. It's flirty, it's playful, it's fun. It's great for practicing being flirty, and I love to be flirty and have fun with people throughout the day to practice my conversation skills. But if I see a woman I really like and I want to meet her and I want to go over and say hi to her, an example of this is Mark Zuckerberg. He had a goal of getting Facebook to 10 million users, and he kept that goal in front of himself every day. He put it supposedly on his desk and he would look at it all the time. And I see exactly how that works because I basically